Right, I want to welcome you all to the navigation video for the Principles of Athletic Training course for summer 2017. You've probably already watched the welcome video, hopefully, all right? If you have not watched the welcome video, you should pause this video right now and then go ahead and watch that welcome video, all right? So stop and then go watch that and then come back to the navigation video. You've already probably realized or accessed we're in the Start Here folder, all right? So Home is Start Here will also take you to this place on the left-hand tab. So we're in the Start Here folder. If you kind of scroll down, it's going to give you an overview of some things. Most of the stuff is going to be related to taking an online class. So if you start here, this is a lot of information about being an online student, taking an online class. This is stuff that's provided from the university and isn't directly specific to this course, but kind of just general information. The navigation video, obviously, what you're watching, and then we also have unit requirements, which we'll talk about. There's a link to course announcements, and then we'll also talk about how you can use Blackboard Collaborate. So making sure that we're in the Start Here folder and going through those things first. So once we've done that, you can go ahead and go to if you want to find out information about the instructors. This is me. I'm Ashley Reed. I'm the Clinical Education Coordinator for the Athletic Training Program, and so I'll be conducting everything that's going to go ahead and be online, so all the stuff that's going to be happening through Blackboard. Where Michaela Hawkins is a graduate student, and she will be teaching the lab section and all of your face-to-face meetings. So anything under the lab folders or anything you do when you meet face-to-face in class, she will be conducting that. So if we go back up to the top to kind of talk about the overview of the class, we can go to the syllabus and the course schedule. So this is a hybrid class, so again, 100% of it will be online, but there will be some scheduled face-to-face meetings. So if you take a look at the syllabus, you can click on that. It'll provide you some information. It'll provide the times that you will meet face-to-face, but everything else related to lecture will be held online. I will hold virtual office hours via Blackboard Collaborate, and I'll show you how that works a little bit later. And then this has my information and Michaela's as well. And you can simply go through a typical syllabus, provides outlines of things we'll cover related to the class. It requires the materials that you'll need, so you will be required to purchase the online text and the LearnSmart modules because we will be using a lot of those assignments and everything integrated with the class. All of your American Red Cross stuff will be provided online, and then this is just also informing you that you need some form of a computer or software to complete this class. So you will need to purchase the McGraw-Hill Connect subscription, so that'll give you the text and the Connect subscription. Course requirements, 45% is going to be related to everything we do online. 20% will be related to just your assessments, so just your quizzes that you're going to have with the class. 45% is going to be discussion posts, assignments, and your LearnSmart modules. And then 35% is going to be related to everything that Michaela does with you guys in lab. Our grading scale, this is just policies relating to online attendance and in-class attendance, how to communicate, when to contact me, when things will be graded, so you have expectations, how to troubleshoot things first before contacting me, and so you guys can go ahead and review that. Making sure that you need to register by June 13th, and you also must withdraw by July 2nd. If failure to do so, you will earn a grade in the class. Information regarding university policies, plagiarism, and access to student accessibility services if you need it. And also, lastly, you are responsible for checking Blackboard and your email information on a daily basis. In particular, I would probably expect it more than daily. This is a hybrid class, and we are doing everything online, and it's also packed into 5 weeks, so I'd expect that. So general syllabus overview. So if we go back, this is going to be our course schedule. So our course schedule is going to be everything that we do related to lecture, which is going to be on Blackboard. All right, let's look at the lab schedule because I think the lecture, oh, here's the lecture, so we're waiting. So as you can see, these will be the chapters that we'll be covering within the Principles of Athletic Training text for these dates and times. So you can take a look, so you'll know what you'll need to read and review to give you an idea. So that'll be related to lecture, everything online. And then this one will be related to lab. So these will be the things that you'll be covering with Michaela when you have your face-to-face meetings. So it includes the content that you'll be covering for the week, and then also includes the date that you'll be meeting face-to-face, and then the times. Also the location of when you're meeting face-to-face is located on the syllabus too, as far as the classroom. And so all that information is provided there. You won't meet as a class the last week. That's when you'll be scheduling your individual practical exams, but Michaela will be organizing that with you. So to get an idea of the general of the schedule, and it is 5 weeks, so you can review that information. The next thing we have is McGraw-Hill Connect. So you guys will need access to this. If you click on the link, it'll take you to Connect and allow you to purchase it. So you will need the Principal's Athletic Training ebook and Connect system for the class. That's a requirement, so that link will take you there. All of your American Red Cross materials will be located in this folder, and they'll be provided to you. So there'll be links under each unit that will take you to all of these resources. So they'll be under the text or your textbooks that you'll need to read. And then if we kind of go back, there will also be all of these videos that you'll be required to watch before coming to class. So all of that stuff is provided to you free of cost. You won't have to worry about that. So you can access those there. And then the big thing is our unit requirements. So we will be having 4 units. You can see that the dates and times, so 1, 2, 3, 4 are below. And then I also put another note that you'll have that lab practical at the end of the course. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to review the requirements and the guidelines. And so this is going to give you an idea of all the assignments and everything related to the lecture part or the online part of the course. So one of the assignments you're going to have are Learn Smart study modules. This is going to be the Connect system. And so what you'll be required to do is read the text and answer some questions. I'll show you how that works. The other thing you'll be required to do is Connect assignments. Those are going to be a little bit more advanced. They're going to be answering questions, maybe doing a little bit more application, matching of things. And again, I'll provide an example of that. The other assignment you'll have are discussion posts, so you'll be expected to write an original post and reply to at least one of your peers' original posts for every unit, and I'll provide those. There'll be multiple options as far as which board you want to choose, but I'll also provide an example on that. And then the last thing you'll have, and then here's the grading rubric for those discussion board posts. So make sure that you pay attention to the grading rubric so you're aware of expectations and requirements. Just don't simply reply with any type of post because there is going to be criteria and those will be graded. So make sure you review that. And then the assessments will be quizzes. So you'll have a quiz for each unit. And again, I'll provide an example of that. They will be timed, so you want to make sure that you kind of study and review. So make sure you go through the guidelines specifically. If you have any questions, please let me know. So let's go back to our unit overview. So as you can see, each unit's here with the dates, all right? And then if you do show and hide text, this is going to be all the objectives that you're going to learn after completing this unit. So then you can just simply hide them. So you can go ahead and kind of look for each one. But let's go ahead and take a look at Unit 1. So each unit will look like this. So it's going to tell you what you need to complete, then what you need to do, and then it's going to remind you of due dates. So as you notice, the first thing you're going to need to do is to read these chapters in your SmartBook, and then you might also need to watch the videos to prepare you to go to lab. After you've done these things, then you're going to want to complete your Learn Smart study modules. You're going to want to do your Connect assignments, do your discussion post, and then lastly take your quiz. Lab, you don't have to do anything online for lab other than just do the reading and watch the videos that Michaela has posted for you. And then let's pay close attention to due dates. If you notice, the Learn Start study modules are due at the end of the first week. So this whole entire unit is from June 12th to June 18th. So you got to finish all your Learn Start modules by Sunday night. Then you have until Friday to complete your Connect assignments or your discussion posts. So you have a little bit more time. So that's to allow you guys to go ahead and have to read and make sure you're reading things properly before you need to go ahead and complete your assignments. Now you're more than welcome to work ahead. That's fine, all right? But you need to make sure that everything's done. And discussion posts means both of them. So not just one, but you have to have both of them posted. And then the last thing you're going to need to do is your quiz. Quizzes will not be released until after the Learn Smart study modules are over. So those will end June 18th, and then on Monday or at midnight, the quiz will become available. That's going to force you to have to go ahead and read and do the necessary preparation before you go ahead and take the quiz. So pay close attention. Assignments and discussion posts are due noon on Friday, but you have until almost midnight on Friday to complete the quiz. So make sure we pay attention to those. All right, so let's take a look at how some of these are going to go ahead and work. So let's look at the Learn, Start, Study modules first. So if you click on this, and it's going to remind you of a due date when they're due. So click on this, and here they are. If you click on this link, it's going to take you directly to the Connect system. But I already have it in student view, so we're just going to slide over. So it's going to take you to the Connect system, and your Connect system is going to look like this because this is student view. So as you can see, this is going to represent Learn Smart, SB Learn Smart. So as you can see, I need to do this Learn Smart module and this one and this one. So I've kind of already started chapter 1, so let's go into one I haven't done. So let's click on this. So let's begin. It says, it gives me an idea. It should take about 23 minutes, reminds me of the due dates. All right, and so we'll go ahead and begin. And so what it's going to do, it's going to ask you questions related to simply the content as far as what you read for the class. And so you're just going to go ahead and kind of, provide information as far as how you feel if you can answer those questions properly. Let's see if we can reload. All right. All right, let's see if we can go ahead and do it. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, so it is taking me to the chapter 2. So what you're going to want to do is this is just simply to read. So you can go ahead and read, all right? If you've noticed, if you kind of skim, or if we go ahead and go to the next section, right? You can go ahead and read. You'll also notice, see how some areas are kind of shaded and some are more prominent. That's the way of McGraw-Hill is kind of saying, hey, really pay attention to this information, all right? So you can go ahead and have that on or not have that on with this little highlight button. So you can turn them on or you can turn them off. The choice is yours, however you want to go ahead and read, all right? So this is going to allow us to at least access the Smart Book, so you can skim over here if you want to read certain pages and go down. So in order to then go ahead and complete the Learn Smart module, you're going to click Practice. And so what it's going to do is it's going to just give you questions. So you would just simply ask. Ergonomics is based on the principles of, which one do I think it is? I think it's this one, right? And they'll say, I think I know it. So they want you to estimate. Do you know it? Do you really not? I feel like I know it. Great. I was right, okay? So you'd click OK and it'd take you to the next. So we do this, all right? Okay, so now I have a new question.
Answered all of the questions relevant to the topics you've read about so far.
All right.
You can
so you can turn her off if you want. Okay, so I'm going to match. So match the terms to correct. So drag the statements on the right to match the left. Work conditioning. Work hardening. I'm going to, yep, and then I'm going to do that one. Okay, and say, I'm unsure. Oh, I got it right, okay? So you can click OK. So another thing is, if you're reading it, you're like, man, I have no idea, you can also click Read about this. And it'll take you back to the text where the information is present. So you can go ahead and kind of read. And that's another great tip in case you get it wrong. You can come back to that, all right? Also,
you've answered all of the...
Also remember that simply...
You've answered all of the questions.
Remember that simply doing and just answering this, you get 100% credit. Doesn't matter if you get them right or wrong. Just completing the Learn Smart module means you get credit, 100%. So just making sure that you're completing them on time and you'll get 100% for that grade, all right? So just completing it, they don't have to be, the answers have to be right, okay? So that's going to be our Learn Smart module. So we can go back to our table of contents if we want, okay? And it gives us kind of everything we have here. If we go back to our Learn Smart, we go back to our Unit 1, right? We go back to our Blackboard, our Unit 1, so we can slide back, because those are going to be the Learn Smart modules. And then we can also take a look at a Connect assignment. So Connect assignment is going to be a little bit different. Again, the links will be present here, and they will go ahead and take you over to the Connect Hill. So McGraw-Hill on Connects, but I'm going to come over here. So if I go back, okay, if I look at assignments, oh, I want to leave my smart book, good. And I can go ahead and scroll down. So you can see that these are all Learn Smart, right? They're available. Then you see homework, so this is different, right? So these are the Connect assignments. And so these are the ones that you're going to go ahead and want to do after you've done your Learn Smarts. And these will be graded, all right? You will have, let's begin. You will have 2 attempts, okay? And you get the average of the 2 attempts. So you can take them twice if you want to earn a higher grade. So the choice is yours, so it's the average of the 2. So we'll say begin. These will be a little bit more interactive. Some are different. Some are just simply questions. Some go ahead and kind of provide you, matching or more application, all right? So if you're ready, let's go. You can see I got 6 questions. It's worth 30 points. Awesome. Okay, so they're going to be a little bit scenario-based. So after reading the scenario, click the corresponding responses to the action you feel most appropriate. For each selected response, feedback will be provided. There may be more than one correct action during the step. Okay. So we have a certified athletic trainer moves to a different state to take a new job. She discovers that the state the athletic trainer must be licensed to practice athletic training. She was registered as an athletic trainer in the other state. Must she go through the process of getting a license in her new state? All right, so let's look at our options. She will not have a problem because there's reciprocity. She will have to apply for a license through the athletic training license board in her new state. She will not have to apply for a new license because there's a grace period when moving from state to state. She could speak to her new employer to see if they have insight. I believe that she's going to have to apply, and I think that's the only right answer, so I'm only going to pick that one, all right? So after I click that, I'm going to go next. Oh, sorry. I'm going to go previous. After I click on that, I want to hit submit. Oh, maybe not. Okay. You might want to click. Okay, so we'll click next. And then you would go ahead and do the second one, and then you would go ahead and answer to them, and I'll take you through that process. Other things you can go ahead and do is you can go ahead and click on the ebook, all right, and it'll take you to a link, and it'll take you to that part of the book, so you can go ahead and reference that back if you're struggling to answer those things. So you can go ahead and do that. See, and it'll take you to that part of the book, which is really, really nice. Ooh, licensure, I can read right about it, so that's nice, all right? And then once you go through all of them, then you can go ahead and hit submit. You can also click on this if you want to go ahead and kind of just skip around, so that's another view that you can go ahead and use. And then just always make sure that you hit submit, because then that'll go ahead. You can also save and exit too if you don't want to have all time to finish your whole entire homework at once, all right? So that's how you're going to go ahead and complete the homework assignments. So we'll just click save and exit now. All right, and it takes us back to our main screen. So if we go back to Blackboard, we can go back. So we've done our Learn Smart modules, we've done our Connect assignments. Again, due dates are there. Assignments and discussion board posts are going to occur after our Learn Smarts are due, or you should be doing them after, all right? Now, discussion board post, we can go ahead and click on. So for each unit, you're going to have to do an original post and reply post. And I'll have these categories already created. So you don't have to reply to every single one. You just pick one. Like, oh, I really enjoyed the pathologies and healing section. That was really interesting to me. So you're going to click on that. You're going to read what I've posted. So for this post, select, define, explain one pathology. In addition, select 2 aspects that will influence the tissue's response to injury. Explain how both aspects will impact the healing process of the pathology. Okay, and then making sure that we're following the guidelines. So you'll simply click reply. Okay, and then you'll type your post, right? And then you click submit. Making sure that you must cite your you must cite your post, all right, using the text. So that's required in the guidelines. Also make sure that when we're doing this and we're doing our posts, if you go ahead and post something, say for example someone posts something about heat exhaustion and they posted earlier in the week, and you come and you haven't done your post yet and you wanted to do yours on heat exhaustion, you can't. You have to pick a new topic. They can't be the same topics over and over again. So this is going to encourage you guys to post your discussion posts sooner rather than later. So making sure that you're doing that. And also when it comes to reply posts, you got to make sure that you're building upon the current statement or what your peer said. So really make sure that you look at those guidelines and ask any questions, because that's going to be really important. All right, so we can go back. We want to leave the page, all right? Okay, and so now we're back. So we've talked about study module assignments and then discussion board. You will have a quiz. The quiz is not available yet, so you can click on this link and it'll take you to the Connect system, or I can go ahead and slide over. If I go down, you'll see that the quiz is present, all right, but it's locked. And it's locked because it's not going to become available till the 19th. The reason I don't make it available until the 19th is because I want to make sure that you have done your Learn Smart modules first, because those are due the 18th. Then the quiz becomes available, all right? And then you'll simply go ahead and click on that and you'll take the quiz. Make sure that we go ahead and pay attention to those guidelines. They're 60 to 90 minutes. They're a decent amount of questions. I would highly encourage using notes, studying, and reviewing before you go ahead and take them, all right? Because they are timed. It's not going to be one of those types of quizzes where you can go ahead and just not read and not prepare, take it, and do well. So you need to make sure that you're doing the necessary preparation because things will be timed. And these questions are going to be harder than questions you've had in Learn Smart or in your Connect assignments. So they're a little bit more challenging. If you continue to scroll down, you'll see all the other Learn Smarts and assignments for the course, but they're all locked right now because they're not available to you, right? So they'll become available as the class progresses. So if we slide back, and then the last folder you want to be aware of is Lab. So this is where Michaela's going to put everything. So whatever she needs you to do before you meet that day in class is going to be under that folder. So all that stuff, what you need to read in the textbook or the videos you need to watch will all be located there. So she'll provide that all to you. So making sure that you're at least doing those things prior to meeting face-to-face in lab. So that's kind of the review of a unit to give you guys an idea. A lot of things can also go ahead and kind of be accessed on this left-hand side. So again, if we go to start here, you can access the unit requirements by clicking here. All right, or we can also go over to the tab and click unit requirements and it'll take you there. We can also go directly to the discussion board by clicking here. So as you can see, all of them are available. So you can see the Unit 1 discussion board posting is available, so we can go ahead and take a look at that. One thing I do want you guys to go ahead and do as soon as possible is I want everyone to do an introduction post. So me and Michaela have already done ours. So as you can see, you can access mine. So you're just going to create a thread and then do your discussion post. Okay. And so what I did was I answered all my questions in a video because I like videos and I think they're funny. So you can watch a video of me and I'm going to answer all my questions. But Michaela did hers with just text, all right? So you can go ahead and read her introduction post. And if you want to go back, what the introduction post should include is it kind of has it here. So you should talk about your name, your major, year in school, what you're watching on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu, one thing you could bring to a desert island, a fun fact, and what are you looking forward to, all right? So just so we can learn a little bit about each other, especially for me, I'm not going to meet you guys face-to-face, so I'm not going to get to see you, but Michaela will, but I won't. So really, if you want to make a video, that'd be awesome. If not, you don't feel comfortable, you can simply do text. That's fine too. So make sure you do that before Tuesday, June 13th, so that's immediately right away, because I do want to get to know you guys. You can also access the calendar, so all due dates for Learn Smart modules, assignments, quizzes, all those things are going to go ahead and be kind of located in the calendar. So for some reason the calendar for this course isn't showing up, but everything should go ahead and kind of be present there, so making sure that all the due dates and all those things will show up. The other thing that you're going to want to go ahead and look at is Blackboard Collaborate. So since we will not be meeting face-to-face, I will be holding my office hours through Blackboard Collaborate. So what I will do is I will create a room every single week, and that's when I'll have my virtual office hours. And so, and I will release that because I do an announcement every single week too, and I'll release and say my office hours are this time this week, and at any point in time you can simply go ahead and join the room and you can ask questions. We can use video and talk to interact, so we can see each other. If not, we can just interact through instant messaging or kind of just like a texting format back and forth within the chat room. So whatever you feel comfortable with. If you also want to schedule an individual meeting, I'll just create an individual one on Blackboard Collaborate. Say, for example, my office hours don't work for you. I'll create one that's special for you and will be private to you, so that way other students cannot access that course. My virtual office hours will be open to anyone, so anyone can join the room at that time. But if it's something private or that you just want to meet one-on-one, we'll make sure that it's only available to you, and so no one else can access it. So make sure you download that software. You can also access Blackboard Collaborate by going to the home or the start here and then all the way at the bottom. All right, so everything I pretty much just talked about is right there. Make sure that you download it and install it in your computer first, because if not, you're going to be prompted to do that when you try to go ahead and join a room. So just download it and put it on your computer right now so you'll have access to that. Other tabs over here that you'll have is your grades. So you can access your grade book here. Everything is weighted and integrated, so what it demonstrates is your grade in the class, so everything's applicable. Emails, if you want to go ahead and obviously email me or the users or anyone, you can go ahead and do that. You can access the help desk or anything that you need related to Blackboard assistance. I also love announcements, so I put announcements at the top. There's none right now, but I will do a video announcement every single week. I love announcements. I love email, so being able to make sure that you're checking those things on a regular basis is important. So other than that, I think that's it, even though that is a lot. Really what you need to be doing is looking everything over the site, playing around with things, paying attention to guidelines, due dates, and just being ready to ask any questions. And speaking of that, asking questions, one last thing. If we go to the discussion board, I also do have a general discussion board for course questions, because more than likely your question someone else probably has. So if it's a general question, you can go ahead and create a thread and put in your question, and I will go ahead and I will respond to that and provide information. So just making sure that you're specific by, Unit 1, Assignment 1, just giving me some type of direction of what it's about. So feel free to ask that. You can also email me, and that's fine too, and I can answer questions that way. But this is a nice feature because sometimes everyone else has the same question. So other than that, that's it. The one thing I want you to do is make sure you do your introduction or discussion post by June 13th. Other than that, you really just need to get familiar with the site. Like I said, watch all the videos, look at the unit requirements, the guidelines, the course schedule, all that stuff. Download all the software you need. Get your Connect system. Make sure that that's all matching up, so you'll be ready to start on June 12th. I look forward to working with you guys this summer. I think it's going to be a great class, and I just look forward to it. All right, I will see you on the web.